All right, well, Disney, you did it yet again. You have completely wasted my time and you have taken my money that I will never get back due to your latest piece of crap that you managed to put together. This, of course, being the movie Tron Ares, which is what we're here to talk about today. What's up in this bitch, y'all? My name is Willie. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk about shit that I think sucks ass and sometimes things I believe are fucking awesome. Today, we're here to talk about something I think sucks ass, and that is the movie we know called Tron Ares. This movie's trash. All right, let me get into it. First off, this movie should not even be called a Tron movie. Like, that is probably the number one thing that I hate most about this shit. This is not a Tron movie. Does it take place in the universe of Tron? Yes. Is Tron in the movie? No, he's not. He's not even mentioned. Neither are the events of the last movie, Tron Legacy. None of that. It's like none of that shit even happened. Like, why call this a Tron movie when you're not gonna have Tron in it or even mention him? If you mention him, like, all right, fine. I would have passed. I would have, given you a pass for that. But no, you didn't even mention you didn't even say his name, not once. Which really fucking pissed me off. But yeah, so this movie is called Tron Ares, but Tron is not in it. He has absolutely nothing to do with the plot of this movie. He's not mentioned or shown or referred to even once. Neither are the events of the last movie, like I said, which I'll get into in a bit. Now, listen, I should probably say this right now. Listen, I am not like a huge die-hard Tron fan, right? I never have been, and I probably never will be, especially after seeing this. But I did like Tron Legacy. I saw this movie back in 2010 in the theater. I saw it with my family. I thought it was pretty cool. Like, the music was good, the visuals were really good in 2010. Like, it was fucking mind blowing to me as a 10-year-old child. That shit was sick. Um, did not see the original though, and I never will after seeing this crap. Um, yeah, so Disney decided to make another Tron movie 15 years after the last one, which I don't know why Disney likes to do this. I guess that's like their formula for sequels now. It's just they gotta wait at least a decade before they can make a sequel to their movies. Like if you look at it, think about this. Incredibles 2. How long did you have to wait for a sequel to The Incredibles? The Incredibles 1 came out, I think, in 2004, and the sequel came out in 2018. That's a 14-year difference, bro. And that ain't the only one. Like, Avatar 2 came out 13 years after the original, right? Freaky Friday 2 came out 22 years after the original. So 2 whole decades. I didn't watch Freaky Friday 2, but I bet it sucked. Hocus Pocus 2 came out 29 years after the original. I haven't seen either one, the first or the second one. Fuck that, I never will. Anyways, uh, so why is this movie called Tron Ares, right? It makes no fucking sense. The movie revolves around this Ares guy, this guy named Ares. He's a program, right, made by Evan Peters' character, who's I'll get into a bit. He's kind of a cuck. Um, but yeah, so why is this movie called Tron? All right, like you should have just called this Ares or Ares, the world of Tron. Like I looked up what the last Tron movie made. So worldwide, it made $400 million, right, on $170 million budget. I don't know if you would consider that a success. I'm not like an expert in, I'm not a big money guy in the movie industry, but like, Tron has not really been a big box office draw, according to the numbers. I mean, there's only been 2 movies, so like, I don't know how much money the first one made, but I can just tell you, like, $400 million for $170 million budget ain't all that great. So why the fuck are we revisiting this shit? I don't know. And why call it Tron? That I just keep coming back to that. Why the fuck is this called Tron? He's not in the movie. He's not mentioned. It makes no fucking sense. All right. Um, like some kid's gonna go see this movie, and they're gonna ask their mom or dad and be like, "Yo, what? Hey, who the fuck is Tron?" and the mom and dad are gonna be like, um, Tron is this program that was in this movie that came out in 19. I don't know who gives a fuck, right? Tron isn't in this movie. All right, like it's stupid. This is called Tron Ares at all. You know, like can you imagine? Can you imagine? I'll give you an example. Like so, Ballerina, that movie Ballerina with Ana de Armas that came out earlier this year. Can you imagine if they called that John Wick colon Ballerina? Like, can you imagine that? Think about that. And you go to see that movie thinking it's a John Wick movie, and it's just Ana de Armas the entire time, and John Wick just shows up for like 2 minutes. You know, like at least John Wick showed up in that movie. You know, Tron didn't show up in this fucking movie, which is, like I said, trash. Anyways, yeah, you'd be pissed off, right? If you went to go see a John Wick movie and John Wick's barely in the fucking movie. That's just straight up. That's straight up fucking false advertisement. That's lying, bro. Isn't that a fucking crime? Anyways, moving on from that little rant, onto the actual movie. Oh my god, I hated this shit so much. This movie had no fucking soul. Like, I didn't give a flying fuck literally about a single character on screen or any of the chaos or destruction that was happening on the screen. Couldn't even tell you any of the characters' names. The only reason I know the names now is because I had to look it up. I had to look that shit up on IMDb after the movie. So let me break down the plot, right, of this movie. The main character. Can you guess the main character of the movie? Please guess. No, it's not Jared Leto, right? Right, it's fucking stupid. It should be Jared Leto. He's the one who's fucking advertised in all the trailers and all the posters. No, right? You can argue he's the main character. I don't think he's the main character. I think they made this CEO girl, right? This Asian CEO chick named Eve, right? Her name is Eve. She's played by this girl named Greta Lee. I don't know who the hell Greta Lee is, and I don't really want to ever see her again. I think she acts like a fucking chair. She acts like a wooden piece of she acts like a brick. She has the acting chops as a fucking brick. She was trash. So were all the fucking actors in this movie. But anyways, the plot of this movie is so there's two like big tech companies that are like rivals, I guess. Um, One is played by Greta Lee, and the other one is played by Evan Peters. I did not like Evan Peters at all in this movie. I think he was very heavily miscast, but I'll get into that in a sec. So these two rival companies, right? They both have the technology of the Tron world, I guess. I don't know what it's called, but they have the technology that they can get into the grid. Um, and they're trying to use the Tron technology and bring it into the human world. They're both trying to bring this shit into the human world. Why would the fuck would you want to bring this shit into the human world, man? I don't understand why in movies like, hey, we need to like make fucking dangerous AI robots and we need to have them be our slaves. Like they're not gonna fucking want to, rebel against humanity at all. It's like they don't fucking learn, man. Anyways, we keep getting these movies about AI, becoming evil. Well, why do you think that is, bro? We're fucking horrible to AI. We treat AI like slaves. We really do. Like if ChatGPT decided to kick my ass one day, honestly, I wouldn't blame him because I ask ChatGPT some bullshit sometimes. Anyways, I'm going off on a tangent. Um, so yeah, what did I say? I said this shit was what was this shit? Where was I? I'm getting off track. Oh, yeah, the two tech companies, they're trying to go after this technology and bring it to the human world. And then there's this thing called the permanence codes. I think that's what it's called. They're trying to look for the permanence codes. That way they can permanently bring this shit in the real world because, every time they bring in Tron stuff, it just fucking disintegrates after about like 30 minutes. It'll just disintegrate and they have to bring it back into the world again, but they want it permanently there. One guy wants to weaponize it, and the other one wants to like benefit humanity. It's hard to explain because of how just terribly written this shit is. But on top of all this, you got Jared Leto, right? You got Jared Leto playing this guy named Ares. He's not a guy. I call him a guy, but he's not really a guy. He's a program. Anyways, you know what I fucking mean. He's this program from the grid made by the bad CEO. I don't know his name. I just call him the bad CEO. This bad CEO, Evan Peters, who we're supposed to buy into this idea that this guy is like talking about Jared Leto's character. We're supposed to buy into this idea that he is the perfect specimen, the most badass soldier to ever exist, which I'll get into in a little bit, but ultimately, you don't give a fuck about him. But Jared Leto starts to generate feelings somehow. I have no fucking clue how or why he decides to generate human feelings somehow. I guess because he's AI and he learns. I don't know. The movie doesn't. They do a shitty job at really explaining why the character Ares is developing human feelings and why he wants to be in the real world. Oh, and also, you got your fucking bullshit subplots, your bullshit human subplots that you don't give a fuck about. Like the good CEO, played by Greta Lee. Again, I don't know their names. I think I said Eve. Yeah, that's right. Her name's Eve. Anyways, so Greta Lee has like a sister who passed away from cancer, and she misses her. So because of that, we're supposed to care about her. Like, and that's it. That's all you get about. That's all you get about that girl. Like, what the fuck do you mean I'm supposed to care about her now? I don't give a shit. I don't care about your fucking sister. I didn't know your sister. You know? I don't know. Stop with. I wish they would just fucking stop with this human drama bullshit that we don't care about. Like, get back to the fucking TRON world. Get back to the grid, bro. That's what we came here to fucking see. We don't give a shit about no human problems. Like, we deal with human problems every day in our real lives, bro. We're sick of that shit. We go to the movies to escape, bro. Not to deal with more human bullshit. Um, oh, God. Another subplot that, I thought was really fucking stupid was, so Evan Peters' character, um, the antagonist of the movie that we're supposed to, be intimidated by and, he's supposed to be threatening. He's got his mom by his side the entire movie. And she kind of plays like this Jiminy Cricket role. And she's like telling him that she shouldn't be doing all these bad things and how it's so wrong. Shit like that. And I'm sitting in the theater wondering, why the fuck are you even here, lady? Like, you're not adding anything to this already boring ass convoluted mess of a movie. Like, just fuck off. I don't know. I found her to be unnecessary to the plot. Oh god, this movie just had a really boring plot with boring characters in my opinion. I don't understand how these people that work in Hollywood think it's interesting to focus on human characters in movies that have like these otherworld like aspects. Like for instance, like in this movie you have the grid. You have an entire world that you can make a movie in and an entire like civilization that lives in that world that could be way more entertaining and way more interesting to make a movie around. I'll give you another example, like the rebooted Planet of the Apes movies. Like those movies are fucking awesome in my opinion. Why? Why are those movies fucking awesome? Because they focus on Caesar and his ape civilization. That shit's interesting. The humans are straight up side characters of those movies, as they should be. Imagine if the movie focused on the humans in those movies, and Caesar was a side character. Those movies would probably suck, wouldn't they? Nobody would watch that shit. Nobody would pay money, especially to go to a fucking theater and watch humans. No, we want to see apes. We want to see apes do ape shit and be fucking awesome. Anyways, back to this bullshit. This movie just has an entire world that they could dive into, man, but they don't. It's just such a wasted opportunity. By far the most entertaining scene in this entire 2 hours was like this 5-minute sequence that took place in the grid, where Ares and his team are like hacking into the other company's program or whatever, and there's like this action sequence that was really entertaining. You had guys like throwing all these discs and shits were doing cool jumping moves and There, the fighting choreography it wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. It was better than like Captain America: Brave New World, but it wasn't like John Wick level or anything like that. But it was all right. It was entertaining. I was like, ooh, okay, I could get into this. Like, I want to see more of that shit. I want to see like epic battles on the grid. That's what I would fucking love to see. And then something happens where they all get wiped out, and then it cuts back to this cuck, Evan Peters. Let me talk about Evan Peters for a sec, right? This dude was just completely miscast in this role. Don't get me wrong, I like Evan Peters for the most part as an actor. The last thing I watched that he was in was that Dahmer show on Netflix. I thought that was a decent show. I thought he was really good in it. I think he won some Emmys for it, or at least got nominated. I could be wrong. I don't know, but he was creepy and weird and played that part very well, in my opinion. He fitted the role. He just looks like someone that would be that kind of guy, in my opinion. No offense, but like, he just looks the part. Um, he probably isn't that guy in real life. I don't know him, and I don't know him personally. But anyways, in this movie, we as the audience are supposed to buy into this guy being like this big bad powerful CEO who invented like this revolutionary technology that can like essentially create life. Like, this dude's basically a fucking god, you know? We are supposed to buy into that. That this dude is that guy. He's him. That's what we're supposed to believe. But when you watch the movie though, like, I just never once thought that this guy is the least bit threatening or intimidating or even smart enough to pull off this, this technological achievement. If I'm being honest. If I'm being honest, this guy just gives me complete cuck vibes. 100% cuck. I don't even mean Evan Peters. I don't mean Evan Peters. Like, I'm talking about his character. Um, so yeah, man, it was just really hard to take this guy seriously. And also, just why the fuck is your mom there? Like, they don't explain why his mom is there. Like, they did explain that she used to be in charge of the company, and then now he's in charge of the company or whatever. But like, dude, why is she there? She doesn't need to be there. That whole fucking subplot doesn't need to happen. Waste of fucking time. Yeah, so yeah, this guy was just not very good in this role. I'm watching the movie. I'm thinking of Quicksilver from X-Men: Days of Future Past. Great movie, or Jeffrey Dahmer. It just also doesn't help that his character was just horribly written. There's literally a part in the movie where he's like screaming at his computer screen like a fucking 10-year-old on COD. Like, he's screaming at his computer screen, no! After like his plans went wrong or something. I don't know, but like, I was just like, bro, how the fuck is this the CEO? How is this guy the CEO of anything? This dude's a little bitch. Um, yeah, so I thought the rest of the cast was pretty shit too. Acting. Their acting was terrible. I have not seen this bad of like an entire, like, I've seen movies where like one actor is really bad, but I have not seen a movie in a very, very, very long time where like the entire cast is like acting like shit. Like, the acting is crap. Like, I don't buy into anybody as these characters. Yeah, the acting is just terrible. It's as if like the director just said like, "All right, guys, uh, get in your places, action," and then they do the scene. All right, cut. That's a wrap. Like, it's like they just did one take for every scene in the movie. Like, bro, come on. Like, I'm not a director or anything, but I know, like, bro, y'all are getting paid like millions of dollars to act in these giant, fucking large, big action heavy movies, and that's the job that you thought was good enough to pass by. Like, I don't know. I'm not an actor or a director or anything. I don't work in the industry. What do I know, right? Um, Let me talk about Jared Leto for a second. Jared Leto, let me remind y'all, this dude has won an Academy Award, and he was absolutely garbage, utter garbage in this movie. This dude did not make. I swear to God, this movie did not. This dude did not make one single facial expression in this whole movie. This movie's 2 hours long, and he had the same face the entire movie. Like, listen, I understand that he's playing like a robot program AI kind of character, but dude, it's fucking Jared Leto. Like, have the dude act. Have the dude give a performance, man. They should have just, like, if this is what they were gonna do, they should have just had him, wear the fucking biker helmet the entire movie instead of, what they decided to go with. Why even have Jared Leto in this fucking movie? If you're not gonna let him act, then why have him in the movie? It makes no sense. Like, dude, I shit you not, like the acting in the 2019 Lion King movie was better than this shit. Like, I never thought I would say that about that movie. Like, my God, I never thought that I would say that about a movie. My God, they could have casted anybody in this role and it would have made no difference. Like, also one thing I thought was strange that they never addressed of course, just like a thousand other things. If Ares is supposed to be this ultimate soldier, why would you make him a white man with this ugly ass perm? No offense to Jared Leto, but like, is this really the ultimate soldier looks like? Are you fucking kiss my ass, bro? Like, again, lazy, horrible written movie that does not explain things. In my like, if I was writing this movie, bro, if I was casting this movie, and I'm casting the ultimate fucking soldier, dude, I'm casting the guy that plays Reacher, Alan Richardson. I'm casting that guy. That's the ultimate soldier. Not this fucking guy, Jared Leto. Oh my gosh. There are attempts at comedy. Here, listen to me. There are attempts at comedy. There is no comedy. No comedy. None of the jokes land. Not a single one. I am exaggerating. I am not exaggerating when I say that nobody in the theater that I was in made a peep, a chuckle, not once. There is a character who is like supposed to be like the comedic relief character, and he was without a doubt the most annoying motherfucker in the entire movie. He might win the award for most annoying fucking character of the year. I hated him. I fucking hated this guy. He should be fired. This dude should be fired from acting. Or just be banned from doing any kind of comedic role for the rest of his fucking life. Like, bro, I shit you not. I thought about walking out of this shit. Oh my god. Ares, the character, also tries to be funny, but like, Jared Leto is acting like a fucking robot and talking like a fucking robot. So all of his jokes are just embarrassingly flat as well. It's just sad, bro. It's just sad to me that there are people who saw this crap, like execs, who saw this shit and said that this was okay. That said that this was good enough. That this movie will make a lot of money. Like, dude, are you fucking serious? Are you seriously going to tell me that you saw this and said that this is passable for a fucking wide release in theaters across the entire world? Are you fucking kidding me? Everyone that had a part in okaying this movie should just be fucking fired immediately. They clearly don't know what a good movie is. They don't understand how to write compelling characters, and they don't know how to write a fucking good joke. And they give a fuck about making the audience happy or entertained, bro. They could give a fuck about that. They could give a fuck if the audience likes this movie or not. They want your money and that's it. They don't give a shit if you're happy or not. God, man, I gotta breathe. Fuck. I feel bad for all the Tron fans that were looking forward to this. Like I said earlier, like I'm not a fan, I did like the trailers though. I really did enjoy the trailers and I had high hopes for this shit. I've not seen the original. I've only seen Tron Legacy, which I liked. But I can only imagine what it must be like to be like an actual Tron movie fan and you walk out of this steaming pile of horse shit. I'm sure you're fucking sad. I would be too. That's how I felt when I walked out of Ant-Man 3. The movie marketed that this has like an original soundtrack or original music from Nine Inch Nails. Let me tell you right now, the music is really good. It's very good in my opinion. It is actually really good, but it does absolutely nothing for the movie. It did not pay. I did not pay to listen to a Nine Inch Nails album. I paid to see a fucking Tron movie. And let me say, I did not get a fucking Tron movie. I got an Ares movie with stupid human characters. That's honestly what this crap should have been called. Ares with stupid human characters. That should have been the title of the movie. Oh my god, this movie tries to set up a potential sequel, but oh my god, I hope that day never comes. This franchise is dead. Disney needs to get their fucking shit together. Move on from this and stop making mediocre sequels to all their IPs. Oh, and one last thing, so Jeff Bridges shows up. By the time he popped up on the screen, I was already checked out of the movie, so I can't really remember what he said. But you know what I do remember? I just remember how fucking terrible he looked in the movie. This dude is 75 years old. He does not need to be in these kinds of movies anymore. But hey, congrats to him on a giant paycheck he probably got for this little role. That's all I got to say about that. All right, I think I'm gonna end the review. In conclusion, I hated this movie. If you couldn't tell, I really hope that Predator: Badlands and Avatar 3 are bangers, or at least good. Just please Disney, you lazy bastards, just oh god, just make those movies good, and I can sleep at night. All right, just make them good. Not you don't have to be great. You don't got to be amazing. Just make them good. That's all I ask. Guys, listen, if you are watching this movie, if you're watching me right now, if you're listening to this, please don't go see this shit. Don't waste your money. It's not worth it. Don't see it in IMAX, don't see it in XD, don't see it in laser vision or whatever the fuck. Don't see it especially don't see this shit in 3D. All right, it's a waste of fucking money. You're an idiot if you go see this shit in 3D. Just wait till it's on Disney Plus, all right? I promise you, this movie is not worth your fucking money. It's not worth your time. With all that being said, I'm out of this bitch. If you enjoyed this rant and want to hear more rants from me, please leave a like and comment down below with your thoughts. I would love to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to see all my rants in the future. Thank you for your time, and don't forget to take care of yourself, motherfucks. Have a great day.